Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Ocho, we finally got an interesting game in the Western Conference Finals. Unfortunately, if you're a Wolves fan, it did not go in your favor. It did not end in your favor as OKC built an 11-point lead and they hold on to win 128 to 126 as they go home with a commanding 3-1 lead. And they can end this thing on Wednesday night and advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012. Wow. Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, their big three was sensational tonight. They gave them a combined 95 points. Again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite unk, Shannon Sharpe, my partner and co-host, Liberty City's own Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. We're going to be joined a little later by Larry Johnson, grandmama. He's having technical difficulties right now, so while he tries to reconnect, Ocho and I are going to go ahead and start the show anyway. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. We want to thank each and every one of you for your support and your continued support. We realize that nothing happens without you, your eyes, your ears, and your word of mouth telling people you guys need to check out Unc and Ocho on Nightcap. We greatly, greatly appreciate that, and words cannot express fully how we feel about you guys. So thank you again very much for making this possible. Please make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. If you can't find it in any city or state near you, trust and believe we're coming to a city or a state near you. But if you can't find it in the meantime, just order it online. We'll ship it directly to your door. The best tasting VSOP cognac on the market. We've beaten all the big boys. Try it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Please drink responsibly and stay safe. Check out my media company page on all of its platforms, Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84. With 84 being spelled out, the link is pinned in the chat. Supplies are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone. So please grab yours while supplies last. Also, we want to say happy Memorial Day to all the men and women domestically and abroad that serve and protect this country. Thank you to all the men and women that have served and gave the ultimate sacrifice to their families. Hopefully, if you're watching, thank you, because you make it easy for the people that do not serve to rest easy knowing that we're protected both here and abroad. So thank you very much for your service and happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You were safe. You didn't eat too much, but now we get to the ball game. The Thunder beat the T-Wolves, Ocho, to take a 3-1 series lead. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a career playoff high, 40 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. He almost had a trip dub, flirted around and almost got a trip dub. The fourth player in WNBA history with a 45-10 game in the Western Conference Finals. Julius Randle in Game 4, he was as abysmal as he was in Game 2. 5 turnovers, 1 bucket. T. Woods led the game in rebounds, assists, points off turnover, fast break points, points in the paint, second chance points, free throw attempts, free throw makes, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage.
Everything across the board, man.
What I don't understand, and I need somebody to help me understand that's more knowledgeable about the game of basketball than me. You mean to tell me, Ant-Man, you guys got a chance to tie this thing up. If you don't tie it up, you go down 3-1, and the likelihood of you coming back and winning 3 straight games, with 2 of them being in OKC, is not very good. And you have 2 shot attempts at the half.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, you have 4 shot attempts at the half. The one thing I can say about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in the postseason, he has not been efficient, but he don't give a damn about efficiency. He's going to get shots up, because the worst thing you can do is not shoot the basketball, because that way you're not going to get any points. Shai's like, you know what? The worst thing that can happen, there are 3 things that can happen. I can make it, I can miss it, they can foul me. Those are the 3 things that can happen.
Yeah.
And he had 30 shot attempts tonight. He had 40 points, but he got to the line 14 times. You go look at Jalen Williams. He had 24 shot attempts. You look at Chet Holmgren. He had 14 shot attempts. Those 3, their big 3 combined for 95 points.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, 16 points on 5 of 13. Julius Randle, 5 points on 1 of 7, or 3 from the 3-point line. Mike Conley, 6 points. So in other words, 22, you got 2 starters, 3 starters, excuse me, and they gave you 27 points, and you expect to win or beat that team, a team that won 68 games.
No.
The bench players, Nas Reed, DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they were the best players tonight. Jaden Daniels played really well, 9 of 15 from the floor, 3 of 6. But I don't know why Ant-Man and Julius Randle took the approach that they took the first half.
I have no idea, especially with the game. To me, it's 2-1. The game is on the line. The series is on the line.
The series is on the line.
The fact that you have 4 points, you have 5 shots, knowing that Anthony Edwards, you have to be aggressive. You got to. You got to come out the same way you came out the previous game where you guys won. You aggressive, you attack. And listen, what did Anthony finish with?
16 points. 5 turnovers.
Listen,
1 of 7 from the 3.
Not in the game of this magnitude. Not in the game of this magnitude. And this, I understand they made it very difficult. They made it very, very difficult. The Thunder made it very difficult defensively. So what was happening, as soon as Anthony got the ball, most of the time, they trap. He passed it out, then they give it right back to him. Then it was one-on-one from that point. You wait for your
They trap LeBron, they trap Kobe, they trap Jordan, they trap Steph, they trap KD. They trap, if he is what he said he is, he says he's the best player in basketball. I don't want to hear nothing about no traps. I don't want to hear no make no excuses. You had 2 shots. 2 shots. 2. You mean to tell me that defense is that good that they'll only allow you 2 shot attempts?
Yeah.
Julius Randle, you mean to tell me their defense is that suffocating? They're only going to allow you 4 shot attempts in the first half? The 2 best players on the Timberwolves got 6 shot attempts, Ocho? Nah, man, I can't rock with that.
And the funny thing about it is, listen, it was 14 different league changes, right?
Yeah.
It all came down to the end of the game. The game was within reach.
Yeah.
The game was in reach for the Wolves, obviously, but execution down the stretch, especially those last 2 minutes, where it came down to it, they didn't deliver.
You got 64 points from your bench, Ocho. Right. I mean, when you look at it, you look at Shannon Jr., he gave you 8, 2 of 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Alexander Walker, 9 of 15, 5 of 8 from the three-point line. That's 23 points. DiVincenzo, 7 of 11, 5 of 8, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 21. Nas Reed, 3 of 4, 1 of 2, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That's 11. So you got 64 points from your bench. You got 62 from your starters. I'm confused. I think that was like 30, let's see, 33, 32. Yeah. 32, 55, and 9 and 64. You had 126. That's unacceptable, Joe. I wish I could tell you something better. 35, 51, 57, 62, yeah.
Hey, listen, I obviously picked the Wolves. I picked the Wolves to win this series. Actually, I had picked the Wolves to actually make it to the finals. Obviously, with my love and enthusiasm for Anthony Edwards as a player and an individual and what he brings to the game, and thinking, well, him being obviously the face of the NBA because he has that it factor that most players don't have to be that. But watching this OKC team tonight and what I've come to learn in my short time enjoying the game of basketball, the Thunder is the most complete team in the league. And the scary part about them, based on what I've seen and I've witnessed, they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better after this championship run. They have a great chance to obviously.
But how you going to keep it together?
That's what I was going to say. They got the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a legit.
Now he's about to sign a 4-year deal for $294, or he can wait the next year to sign a 5-year deal for $380.
Knowing him,
Chet Holmgren's about to come up.
Yeah, but knowing SGA, with as much as he has going on off the court, I say he signs that 4-year to be able to keep everybody together.
No, you're still not, because what you gonna do with Chet next year? That's a small market team, Ocho. Yeah, that's not New York. That's not LA. That's not Chicago. That's Oklahoma City. Okay, Jalen Williams, all them role players that you got. Mm-hmm. They're going to like, hey.
Hold on. I got a question for you now.
Yeah.
Now think about this. These role players, right?
Mm-hmm.
The glue guys,
mm-hmm.
and they have the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Got a legit second option.
Yeah, Jalen Williams played sensational tonight. He was sensational.
Legit second option. You got 2 elite bigs. I hate using the word elite, but based on the way they got damn playing, I'm just going to say elite for the sake of the argument. Then you have the glue glides and the role players. Do they want to leave, understanding what you have if you guys stay together?
I want money. Ocho, I can't eat them rings. So you mean to tell me I can go somewhere and make 5 to 20 million, or I want to stay here to make 3 to 6 million?
And it's in who all is up? We know SGA got to get paid. Chet has to get paid next year, right?
This is Chet third year. Yeah, because remember he missed his first year. He came back last year. This is third year. So I think probably maybe they can do something this summer, or they wait the next summer, whichever case. I think they just did something with Jalen Williams.
So he's set. He's locked. Hey, they listen.
I think they did something with Caruso also.
But for me, do you know how good this team actually is?
Yeah.
Young team.
But that's what you do, Ocho.
If you keep this together, let's say they probably will win the title again. I love the Pacers. The Pacers are probably going to win that series against the Knicks, but there's no way the Pacers beat that OKC team we just saw tonight. They're too complete. Not only the starters, even the bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look.
I hate that money comes into play, because when money comes into play, and that's I know you want to get paid. You want to get paid for what you do. But like you say, you can't eat them rings, but you can get you another 2 with the squad you got right now.
You rather have another 2 rings or 100 million? Make it 60 million. Because you're talking about the rings are only going to impact Shai, Holmgren, Jalen Williams. When you get the role players, Ocho, rings don't impact nobody.
Right.
I mean, they're nice to have. They're nice conversation pieces.
Right.
But only the rings only matter to the elite. Because if rings actually matter, Robert Horry would be in the Hall of Fame. He got 7. And he was a big contributor on all the teams. You go back and look at the 2 in Houston. You go back and look at the what do you have? 3 in LA, and then the 2 in San Antonio. He was a major contributor. Yeah, he was contributing as equal, if not more, than any role player that's playing currently.
Yeah.
And he did it. He hit big shots, played big in big moments, in all 3 stops. Now, we know a superstar got 7 rings. We talking about he pantheon. So I think that's the thing. I'm shocked. I'm watching this game and I'm like, Ant, bro, that hey, make something happen.
Yeah.
I know, Ocho, you want to do the right thing. But 6 assists with 5 turnovers isn't the right thing. Now, if you tell me you have 12 assists, 13, 14 assists, and 5 turnovers, I can live with that.
Right.
But I can't live. You got to go down. I'm swinging. I'm emptying the clip.
You got to.
I'm empty, whatever it is, the whole 9 yards. That's the term they use, because I guess they had 9 yards of bullet. And they said, hey, give them the whole 9 yards. You know, those string on that.
As close as the game was towards the end, I really think there would be a difference. I think there would have been a difference in the game in the second half if there was a little bit more production offensively from Ann and Julie. It definitely would have been a huge difference.
They were six. Julius Randle and Ant-Man was 6 of 20 from the floor. They was 1 of 10 from the 3. Let me repeat that. They were 6 of 20 from the floor. They were 1 for 10 from the 3. Now, you go back and look at the games in which they've lost. Look at Ant's 3-point field goal percentage. I think he was 1 for 6, 1 for 7 in one game. He was 1 for 9 in the second game. In the second game, he was 1 for 7 in this game. Look at Julius Randle. Games 2, he was awful. He didn't even play the fourth quarter. Game 3, he came back with a vengeance. He and Ant. Game 4, he was terrible again. That's 2 games. 50% of the games that he's played in, he's had single-digit points. He's your second best player. That's you can't have the mere fact that the game was this close when your second best player gave you 5, and your best player shot 5 of 13 and 1 of 7 from the 3-point line and gave you 16. The mere fact that you're in the ball game lets you know how well the others played.
Right.
I need my big dogs to eat.
And most of
Alexander Walker, DiVincenzo, Nas Reed,
Alexander Walker was showing out tonight,
Jaden Daniels. They played better than the two big guys. You can't have it's hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's really hard. If your two best players play as poorly as Julius Randle and Ant-Man played, and your role players play that good because they played sensational. Like I said, you got 64 points from your bench. You know how many boys that is? 64 from your bench.
Yeah. Damn, man.
They're gonna be kicking themselves, Ocho, because this is the one that got away.
Yeah. Hold on. What's the chances? Statistically,
They ain't got a
percentage.
hillbilly heartbeat. That's the chance. You got a better chance of winning the lottery in Miami if you fly to California, and if you go to another state, they got the Mega Million or Powerball. You got a better chance of hitting one of the three than them coming back and winning 3 games against that team.
Yeah. God damn. Hey, Alexander Walker, boy, he was sensational tonight. He was nice.
Mm-hmm. How many minutes did Julius Randle play in the fourth quarter? I mean, my second best player. Now, I didn't play him in the fourth quarter in the game 2. That's my second best player. I mean, imagine, Ocho, your second best receiver, and he don't play the fourth quarter. Your second best hitter, you sub him out.
Right.
In baseball. You pinch hit for him. That's your second best hitter.
Hey, why was that,
He was awful.
Game out of reach at that point?
No, the game wasn't out of reach. He was awful. I need to get somebody in there that's going to give me some production. Julius Randle didn't play well. I'm not breaking news. I'm not interrupting you. Boop, boop. We got a service announcement. We got a Megan alert. I'm not breaking news to anybody. If you watch the game, he played terrible.
Hey, when do you ever make that move as a coach, though? Just curious. You got your two big guns. You got your two best players.
He's made it twice.
Hypothetically speaking, I'm going to just go with Shaq and Kobe. Kobe's having a bad night and Shaq is having an off night. Since when do you bench someone like Shaq? I'm not comparing Julius Randle to Shaq. I'm just using that for comparison to give better context for me, to give me a better understanding. How do you bench the second?
First of all, Kobe ain't going to go down shooting no 7 shots. That's not going to happen. Second of all, you get Shaq the ball. If they foul him, they foul him, and he shoots 30 free throw attempts. But you find a way to get him the ball. Chris Finch has already made the decision. He doesn't have a problem sitting Julius' ass on the bench come fourth quarter. He did it in game 2. He played 4 minutes. He had as many turnovers as points. He had 7 shot attempts. He had 5 points, 5 turnovers. In a game of this magnitude?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm just curious. I'm just curious where I'm just thinking about it, right? I'm going football terms. Me and TJ and Hoosh is having a bad game. Well, we as a head coach, Marv Lewis isn't taking Hoosh out. We find ways to give him the ball to get himself in rhythm. Even if he's having a bad game, I'm just saying basketball to me would be a little bit easier to do. Again, excuse my, okay, goddamn, if I'm Finch, okay, Julius having a bad game. Let's make up some.
I can't make him have a better game if he won't shoot the damn ball.
So
I give you a prime example. You remember that playoff game? How many balls did T.O. drop before he caught the game winner? You remember that game in San Francisco against Green Bay?
It's the Packers. Get the Packers game. See what I mean? Same scenario.
I will keep going to you.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. And obviously, and hold on, OKC playing that motherfucking defense too now. They ain't making it easy.
Well, how you gonna be facing the NBA? Well, you say the man can be facing the NBA.
We was talking about Julius.
Well, Ant-Man wasn't much better.
Hey.
But I'm saying Julius is your second best player. I think Julius is going to the All-Star game. He's been an All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sensational outside of games 2 and 4 in the Western Conference Finals. Julius Randle has been sensational. He's a 3-time All-Star, excuse me. We saw what he did against the Lakers. We saw what he did the next round against Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what he did. He played really good game in game 1. He played sensational in game 3. I mean, game 4, excuse me. A game of this magnitude, when your role players give you what they gave you, your big guys can't come up small. They just can't. You can't. I got 22 from Jaden Daniels. I got 21 from DiVincenzo. I got 23 from So you mean to tell me, of all the guys that played, Julius Randle scored the fewest points? Of all the guys that played, and he played more minutes than Naz Reid. He played the same amount of minutes as DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker played. As a matter of fact, Shannon played 8 minutes and had more points than he had, and he only played 8 minutes.
Hey, they got Alexander locked up?
Huh?
Alexander.
He is the role. He comes off the bench. I mean, because if you put him in, Mike Conley, again, bro, this 6 and 2 and 0 points ain't gonna cut it, bro. The only guys that's consistently playing are Jaden Daniels, McDaniels, that played really well against the Lakers. He played great in the last series, did a great game. I just need my big guns to go off.
Got to show up. They got to.
I mean, I guess they don't have big enough names to get amp hype, because I saw what he did against Jokic and Murray last year. I saw what he did against KD and Book. I saw what he did against Luka and LeBron. I saw what he did, even though Steph went out, Jimmy Butler and Draymond.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's really going on? And I'm not trying to minimize it, but hey, so Jordan's never faced great defenses. LeBron has never faced great defenses. Kobe's never faced great defenses. Larry Bird never faced great defenses.
All the greats have.
All the greats have.
Yeah.
That's what make them great. Hell, if everybody went against the Washington Generals, hell, how do we know who's great?
So you saying the series is over?
In the words of Luther Vandross, it's over now. It's over. They know it. They know it.
Oh, hey.
3-1 against that team?
Yeah. Listen, I know. I'm mad I lost that $100 to Joe. Damn. Hey, it was a good ass game.
The chat said, when are we gonna give Ant-Man that Jason Tatum treatment?
Oh, whoa.
Jason Tatum, with the exception of this year, has been in the conference finals damn near his whole career. Is there a time that Jason Tatum didn't make the conference finals? Except this year, with the exception of this year? He's probably been to 5 or 6.
Well, you see,
remember his rookie year, they was battling the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. He's probably been to 5 Eastern Conference finals.
Well, you see that team? You see that team Jason Tatum surrounded by?
They weren't always like that, and he found a way to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they got out. You remember they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, then they didn't have Porzingis when they lost to Golden State.
Yeah,
they didn't have Holiday.
They had Brother Brown.
Yeah,
They had Brother Tatum.
Yeah. Yeah, they was in the finals. Yeah. And they lost to LeBron them. Remember LeBron in game 7, LeBron had that historic game? Yeah. But your two best players, whether you say Julius Randle is the Ant-Man or the equivalent of Tatum and Brown, the problem that I have is that I can't deal with 7 and 13 shots between the two of them. I can't deal with 20 shots between the two guys. When Shai got 30 by himself, Jalen Williams got 24. Chet Holmgren had 14. Stop turning the ball over. You limit,
Hey, that goddamn Shai, man. That boy got a toolbox on him, boy.
I mean, oh yeah. That snatches, you can't stop it.
You got a
Jalen
toolbox
Williams had his best game of the series. He dropped a cool 34.
like it ain't nothing.
Champ played great, had a big time block. I'm not saying Minnesota would have won the series, but at least don't you be the reason why. Play good and say, hey, man, look at Ant-Man gave us 30 a night, gave us 35 a night.
You got to be the reason. You got to be the reason why your team always have a chance.
Always. But the 68 win OKC Thunder, 1 win away, advancing to the first finals since 2012 when they had the KD, Russ, Harden, and Serge Ibaka. And my colleague, Big Perk. So OKC, 128, Minnesota, 126. They got 40 points from Shai Gilgeous. He's 1 rebound short of a triple-double. Jalen Williams gave him 34. Chet Holmgren gave him 21. And Caruso gave him 33 big points off the bench. They played really well, and they are 1 win away from advancing to the to the NBA Finals. They're in the Western Conference Finals now. Pop Freed, Ocho. Tyrese Haliburton's father, John, will be allowed to attend Pacers' home game, but he will not be courtside. He will be in a suite. Beginning Tuesday, Game 4 against the Knicks, John Haliburton missed 8 games following his confrontation with Giannis on April 29th. You see what? Hey, they got superstitious, Ocho.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if they'd have won Game 3, they wouldn't have let him. They wouldn't have freed him.
No. You might as well. You learn your lesson, especially something like that. You want to be there for those moments. You want to be there for those moments. I'm sure Haliburton obviously has something to do with it as well. The fact that he can't sit courtside is not going to feel the same. It's not going to. It's different being in them suites. I don't frequent basketball games, but if I'm going, I got to be on the wood. I got to be on the wood so I can experience it and get that authentic feel of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's probably a lot easier to see in an arena, see the suites, especially if you know where your suite's located. Because when I was in Baltimore, I had a suite, and I was in Baltimore, and I could look up there and see my kids and see my mom and my sister and stuff, my homeboys that would come. But it's different, It's different than my homeboys being on the sideline, and I can come out the field and dap them up when I do something good or so forth and so on. They can dap, it was but I'm glad. Like I said, I think look, he got caught up in the emotion of it, Ocho. He was just so excited for his son. Is there something between Milwaukee and Indiana that brings out the best in Indiana, brings out the best in Tyrese, and his dad got caught up in it, made a mistake, and he's back. Hopefully it pays off. But like you said, it's not being in a suite and being courtside is entirely two different things. Being in a suite or being in the stands and being on the field. There's a reason why before the game, all them celebs on the field.
Yeah.
It's the field.
Yeah.
It's different. But congratulations, John Haliburton. You're back in the building. Not where you normally would be, but hey, it's a start. Baby steps, Ocho, baby steps. The Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly hoping that the presence of Doc Rivers will make Giannis Antetokounmpo more likely to stay in Milwaukee, per Mark Steins. The Bucks are hoping that the presence of Doc as a coach can provide some sort of boost. Antetokounmpo and Rivers are believed to have a strong working relationship.
He's not staying. I mean, what are we doing?
So he had a terrible. So Jason Kidd's gone, Mike Budenholzer's gone, who won him. He was there when he got them 2 MVPs, and he got a Finals MVP. They won a championship. Adrian Griffin was fired after going 41-13.
Right.
Not Doc. So I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm just trying to figure out how. What am I missing? What is it that they see that we don't?
Listen, the man doesn't want to be there. I'm not sure why they're obviously you're gonna.
I don't know, Ocho. I don't know if he doesn't want to be there. or if he doesn't believe that they can win there. He can win there.
You're not going to be able to. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. Bringing in Doc Rivers isn't going to get you a chance at contention for
It's
a
not going
trophy.
to be able to get you any more players because you can't sign anything, and you want to stay out of that second apron.
Bingo. So, I mean, that goes without saying. I don't know
mean,
why.
You traded Holiday and gave up draft picks to get Dame.
And Dame is
out. Dame is out.
I think maybe his decision making would be a little different if Dame wasn't hurt.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because they didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals in the year that Dame was there. And there's sometimes that they play really good, but it's kind of hard because, and you think Giannis needs the ball to clear, and Dame likes to have the ball to do what he does. Sometimes it looks good, but more times than not, it's just like,
Yeah. He doesn't want to be there. I hate to regurgitate it and say it again. I told you where Giannis is going. I told you how that's gonna go.
Well, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but what I am saying, what are you going to give up? I just don't see a scenario where you keep Bam and Tyler Hero and still be able to get Giannis.
Funny thing about it is we never know the scenario. That's up to the team. That's up to all the teams. Let me say it like this: up to all the teams involved. He's giving hints and answers where he'd like to be, where he'd like to play, subliminally by answering questions on Twitter. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Is right there. I mean, everyone's going to have these expert opinions on where he should go.
Yeah, but that's how you put trade scenarios together. Okay, if you're the Lakers, you know who off limits. You know you're not getting LeBron and you're not getting Luka. So now you start playing with pieces. Okay, is AR available? Is Rui available? You start playing with pieces who could possibly leave and who could possibly come.
Right.
So with that being said, that's the only way you can put a trade scenario. You got to do hypotheticals. I'm just trying to see. I'm looking at the pieces that what Miami have. They only got two pieces I would want.
Right.
Why would Giannis want to go to Miami and Bam and Tyler Hero isn't there? It's the same thing that happened with Carmelo when he went to the Knicks.
There's nobody there.
You gutted him.
Well, yeah, when you think about it, well, where the hell else would he go? Where the hell else would Giannis go right now? Where they're going to have to give up something for him to even get him and still not be right back in the same type of situation you were in Milwaukee.
I think the thing is, Ocho, you're going to have to get multiple teams involved, but you're going to have to satisfy Milwaukee. Giannis, think about it, Ocho. You lost Kareem. How long before you got something to replace Kareem? Your second best player in franchise history, Giannis. I think he's the second best because Kareem won 3 titles with the 2. You got the. We don't need to read. I mean, you need to look up Kareem stats because everybody that think Kareem was a bum, y'all need to look up Kareem before he got old. Because like in the 80s, he still won Finals MVP at like 37, 38 years of age. But you got to go back and look at him when he from his rookie year until he was about 30. Go check him out. Go check out his stats and let me know what you think. With that being said, lose Giannis, a superstar. See, that's what for the longest time, that's what really hurt OKC. Because, see, Kevin Durant was a free agent and he left. Imagine what you could have got for Kevin Durant if you did a sign and trade. So now you in his absolute prime. Well, hell, before his prime. But now you get a guy, I mean, you're going to get draft picks out the galore and a couple of solid players. That's what you would have gotten. But he left, you got nothing. Well, walked out the door. Same thing with Golden State. He walked out the door.
So when I think about teams with draft capital,
Brooklyn got draft capital. Houston got draft capital and players because you got Şengün. I'm not getting rid of Amin Thompson. Amin Thompson is not going anywhere.
Right.
So you got capital. You got Jabari Smith Jr., you got Eason. So they got capital and they got draft picks. See, that's the thing, Ocho. There's only a handful of teams that have the draft capital and maybe some of the players to satisfy.
What about OKC? Giannis to OKC?
I don't like that matchup with Shai. Do they have the draft capital? Absolutely.
Yes.
They have the draft capital to go get a Kevin Durant. I mean, if somebody else is available, they got the draft cap. Yes, they absolutely. Look at the players they got. For me, I don't think they're breaking up their nucleus. Shai, Jalen Williams, and Holmgren. I'm not breaking that up. There's a reason why Presti deliberately chose Chet Holmgren, because he had an opportunity at Jabari Smith Jr. and because Paulo Banchero was gone. He was off the board, so you didn't have no shot at him.
Nice.
Oh yeah, young fella like that. Yes, absolutely. The Thunder have the pieces. They got 7, 8 first-round picks, 7, 8 second-round picks. They got 2 pick swaps still coming from the Clippers. Oh, they got the capital. Houston got the capital. Brooklyn has the capital. Because I just don't want draft picks. I want players that can come in and play and contribute and can help me right now, Ocho.
Right now, yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see what Giannis. Maybe they try to convince him one more year, but Giannis like, one more year, that's a year older. I'm not closer. I mean, when you look at it, Giannis by himself, they're not beating the Knicks. They're not beating the Cavs. They're not beating Indiana. Now, they might get Boston run without Tatum next year, but they're still okay at best case scenario. They're the 4th best team. I'm not so sure they're the 4th best team. If Banchero and Franz Wagner stay healthy,
right?
With that year, when they get Suggs back, with Black and Cole Anthony, with some of the pieces that they have, are we sure Milwaukee is no better than a 4th or a 5th seed? I ain't coming back one more year to be a 4th or a 5th seed.
Well, that's what it would probably be. Giannis can only do so much.
Yes.
He can only do so much when he by himself.
But how do you improve this team? People Ocho, ain't nobody say, yeah, woo, man, I'm gonna take this max deal from Milwaukee. I get an opportunity to get a max deal from LA. I get a max deal from Chicago. I get a max deal. I'm going to Milwaukee?
Right.
You're not. There's nothing to do. It's cold. Ish close at 11. Okay, 10. Where am I going to go get something to eat after the game?
It can't be that bad.
Kids ain't playing outside after September.
Can't be that bad, huh?
In Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'm just saying it can't be
that bad.
It's bad
as far as what?
I mean, I've never been there. I've never experienced what it's like to live there.
It's in Wisconsin. So what you think the weather is like from Wisconsin, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So what do you think the weather's like? You played in Green Bay. Okay, so what you think the weather like in October? November, December, January, February, March.
But guess what? Think about some of the teams you just named too. Hell, all them same months in Chicago, it's cold. Them same months you just named in
Chicago. Oh. Ish is open. I can still go get a meal at 10 o'clock at night. We'll see. We shall see. Austin Reaves' agent issues a warning amid trade rumors. Next year is going to be a show. People really have no idea what's to come. Keep putting him in trade rumors for a second string center.
Whoa. Who they taking shots at, huh?
Whoever keep leaking his name, talk about part of trade, they're trading for a center.
But he said second string. Who's the second string center? They taking a shot at somebody.
Anybody that's not Jokic, Joel Embiid. Those are really only centers.
Yeah. Hey, Austin Reaves is nice too, huh?
Yeah.
He can go anywhere right now and get work, getting buckets.
Yeah. But bro, you gonna opt out your contract. The Lakers can only play you so much. You're gonna go somewhere and get a big payday anyway. You ain't trying to stay with the Lakers when you can get a $200 million deal and they can't give you that. I know Austin is very grateful, very thankful. Yeah. The Lakers believed in him, gave him a tryout. He went to the G League. He played really well. Him and LeBron saw something in him early, took him under his wings, and he's flourished. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Austin Reaves finna get a mega payday. Finna get a couple $100 million.
You overestimating his value at the end of
No, he's not. He knows his value. That's why his agent said what he said.
Okay.
Because he opted out his contract.
Go get your money, young fella.
Because see, the thing is, like, what they try to do, Ocho, if you sign with your team, they can give you that 5th year. You leave, they can only give you 4.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we can add an extra year. That's an extra 50. You get nicked. Hey, you're not playing your best. You still opt in. You got 50 coming.
Right.
He knows that. He knows that based on what he's done over the last 3 years, as you've seen his point, assist, rebound total go up. He's been a valuable option. I mean, we saw him with no Luka in the lineup here in LeBron, with no Luka and LeBron in the lineup, what he did against Indiana. We've seen him go out for 40. We've seen him go get 30. Yeah, he's improved every single year. He's a hell of a player. But those 3 guys are not going to win anything. Now, I'm not saying that you got to package him, but they need a big. And he's the only valuable piece that they have that they're willing to part with. They're not trading Luka. You can't trade LeBron because LeBron is one of the 2 players that have a no trade. He and Bradley Beal. Everybody else, nobody else in the NBA other than LeBron James and Bradley Beal has a no trade.
Now, when you say you also say they need a big. Now Giannis is off the table going to LA too because you don't have enough.
Giannis,
have enough.
I don't think. I mean, he mentioned LA, but I think he's talking about more Clippers than Lakers.
Oh, hey, Harden
Kawhi,
and Giannis.
what you gonna give up? Because your picks belong to OKC.
OKC, that's right.
Ask for them back. And then guess what? We got pick swaps. So guess what? If for some God unforeseen reason you're higher than we are, hey, let's swap that thing. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? Hey, you get a nice burger, you get a good double smash burger with cheese, and I got a bologna sandwich. You know what? I want to swap lunches today. It's my time to swap. Okay, nah, you got the bologna sandwich. I got the double cheese smash burger. You see?
Damn. But shit, Giannis look like Giannis gonna be
It's hard, Ocho. It's hard because here's the thing.
Scenarios I thought about where it would make sense. Yeah, you putting yourself right back in the same goddamn predicament outside of it being a better goddamn city and being able to get something to eat after 11 o'clock. That's it.
But see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, Ocho, is that Austin Reaves understands his value. He knows he's going to be a commodity because he's proven he's a starter in this league. He's not a role player. I mean, he's a role player, but he's a starting role player. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he can handle the ball. He can create his own shot. He can facilitate an offense. He can run an offense. Yeah, he's a liability on defense. But guys, ain't nobody playing no defense anymore. Just don't let him beat you on the first dribble. Can you guard him for 2 dribbles?
That's it.
Then help's gonna come. So with that being said, there's only a handful of teams that have the capital to go get a Giannis. Because you got to think about it, Ocho. Look at what I'm giving up. I'm giving up a Giannis. I'm giving up a KD. I need something valuable in return. Now, KD's a little different. KD's a little older, so he's not going to command. Phoenix is not going to get maybe what they think they're going to get.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference. I think Giannis is 30. KD is about to be 37. And injury history. Remember, he got nicked again at the end of the year. He missed the last couple games.
Right.
When he got there, he messed up his knee. So he has a history of being injured. So you're not going to get what you because of age and his injury history. He's still a phenomenal player.
Very.
Wow. Someone check this out, Ocho.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce this guy's name. He said Zion Williamson is entering year 7 with 0 playoff minutes logged. I just got sick.
I mean, Zion Williamson going to the Pelicans, understanding his injury history, the fact that he hasn't been able to play enough games to even make the playoffs. He doesn't have a team surrounding him or have the help to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they made the playoffs, but he was hurt. He couldn't play. Yeah, they made the playoffs. I mean,
This
think
was
about it. He had Bi,
the
he
second
had
year.
Valanciunas, he had C.J. McCollum.
That was the second year, right?
I don't know what year it was, but I'm saying they've made the playoffs. Zion just hadn't been able to play.
I think he need a new change of scenery, young. He need to change the scenery.
He need to change the eatery.
Change of who?
Eatery. What's important to him? Everybody wants something more than Zion wanted for himself. Think about what he denied himself. Probably going out, partying, doing all those other things that kids his age did because he wanted to be a basketball player and he wanted to go to college. And in college, he wanted to go to the NBA. So think about what you've denied yourself to get to where you got to. And now all of a sudden. Now, granted, when you young, Ocho, you up and down the court. Ocho, weight just fall off you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can lose easy. Hell, I sweat out 7 to 8 pounds at a practice. Once lost 13 pounds in a practice. Mm-hmm. You young, you can do that. As you start to get older, you see a lot of young fat people. You don't see a lot of old fat people, Ocho. Because the heart's only so big. It's only meant to pump the size that you're supposed to be. You start getting 300 and 400 pounds when you meant to be 200 or 250, taxing the body.
Yeah.
That's why you can't put a Volkswagen engine in an 18-wheeler. It's not meant to pull that. You'll burn it out. What's important to Zion? How bad does Zion want to be it? Do it. See, getting in is easy. That's the easy part.
Right.
It gets hard to get out and get back in. Zion is a phenomenal talent. You're never gonna hear me say anything about the guy's talent. He can do it. He can do it. We've seen him. He can score 25 in a game. He can go get you double. He's not the best rebounder. I thought he'd be a better rebounder than what he was because he's explosive as Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is the smallest guy to ever lead the league in rebounding. Right. Charles Barkley is 6'4". Zion's 6'4". And Zion, I believe, is more explosive. But rebounding is all about want to. That's why Dennis Rodman did it so well. Dennis Rodman wanted the ball more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But he's got to adopt, say, you know what, man, I'm tired of this ish. Man, let me get myself together. Let me get myself together. I'm gonna get me a chef, and I want you to hold me accountable. I'm not saying he can't ever eat something bad, but you have to weigh the options. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Ocho, there's 7 days in a week. We know there's 7 days in a week. And let's just say he's going to eat 28 meals that week, 28 to 30. Right. When you talk about breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, things like that, 28 meals. Of those 28 meals, 25 of them need to be nutritious, healthy, packed with protein, complex carbohydrates, fats.
Hey, what happens if the team he has around him, the people that he has surrounding him, what if he is eating healthy? What if he is eating nutritious and he just can't seem to keep the weight off? Because maybe he just supposed
to be. Doesn't work like that. Do you know how hard it is checking for somebody that's had a healthy lifestyle pretty much for 32 years? 1993, I made a decision I'm going to have a healthy lifestyle. Do you know how hard it is to eat 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 calories if you're eating healthy? It ain't nothing to eat that kind of calorie. Hell, I get you a burger that got 2,000 calories in it. But to eat chicken, to eat rice, to eat fish, to eat broccoli, to eat vegetables, people don't understand how hard it is to eat that many calories when the food is nutritiously dense. Now, if you eating some bull jive, oxtails and pork chops and etouffee and boudin and jambalaya and gumbo, ain't nothing. You'll blow through 2,000, 3,000 calories in a meal. It's hard to out-exercise a bad diet. It's hard. And the older you get, the harder it is. I'm not telling you something, Chad. I'm not telling you something somebody told me. I'm telling you what I know. Because once upon a time, I know I might not look like it now. The way I walk and move around, I was an elite athlete at one point in time.
I always argue with people too about that saying you can't outwork a bad diet.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think because my frame is so small,
Yeah.
I've
If you
never
didn't work, Ocho, you realize that if you didn't lift weights and work out like you do, how small you would be?
I get skinny.
Absolutely, you would.
I look sick, man. Like it's not even
Hey.
fun. When I don't lift, man, it look weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. I mean, there are some people like that. Some people like that to have that frame, Ocho,
Yeah.
that no matter what they do, they're gonna be thin. And then there's some people, you look at a burger, that's 3 pounds you gain. You shouldn't have looked at me. But I just think that's the thing that Zion needs to do. He just got to make it up in his mind. Say, you know what? I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna stay in shape because
Right.
I mean, before you know it, it's gonna be year 10. 10.
Hey, that's crazy. You know what's funny is I remember the hype. It was really not hype because he was that
Oh,
boy
he
coming.
legit.
He was supposed to be the next face of the NBA. He was supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
LeBron. They were trying from what it seemed from media coverage and what everybody was saying, he was the next great thing that was supposed
Yeah.
to. LeBron was done playing, and
Yep.
it never panned out that way. Obviously, because of injuries, and I'd assume, his inability to keep the weight off and be on the court and be available.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, when he's on the court though,
Oh, we did, and see, Ocho, that's the thing that's frustrating because you
wow,
see you can see what he can be. You
yeah,
see what he's capable of because he's shown it to you. But at the end of the day, you can never want something for someone else more than they want it for themselves.
hey, it's been 7 years already.
It's about to be 7 years. Next year will be 7 years.
This shit going by fast.
It does. Think about Ocho. Think about it when you came into the league, and next thing you know, you looked up and you was in year 10.
Yeah, it went fast.
Hey, and now it's about time to go. It's time for somebody else to. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
once you get to year 10, you take it year to year. It ain't no more. Oh, I got me 5 more. Nah, hell
No,
nah,
absolutely not. Because
nah.
hey, business comes into play at that point.
Absolutely. Once you get to year 10, whew, I hope I can get me another one. Oh, I stole another one, Ocho. Got me 12 of them things.
Yeah.
That's it. I think, and I think that's what's important for Zion because there's no denying his talent. There's no denying his talent. He get that ball. Hey, he jumps so quick, so effortlessly. But that's a lot of pounding. That's a lot. That's a large man. That's up and down, up and down, up and down. Same thing with Embiid. Big man. And you're asking big men to do that over and over and over 82 times a year. Nobody's really going to play, but Mikal Bridges is going to play 82 games, maybe a handful of players playing
Right.
82 games. So you're asking Joel Embiid if he can give us 70. Somewhere, give us 66 to 70. Can you do that? Zion, can you give us 66 to 70? Because that's what it's going to take. They're the team's best player. It's hard to advance when your best player's not there. Zion is their best player. And now they've traded BI because now BI's in Toronto. I think he was dealing with a blood clot, right? What did BI have in Toronto? Because he got traded.
How many other teams could Zion go to? He could probably go everywhere and still be the best player outside of OKC and the Lakers, huh?
No, yeah, well, he ain't gonna be. Here's the thing: where could he go, or where could somebody's that need him and have the capital to give up? Look, he always wanted to go. I still believe this. I believe he would have preferred to be the 3rd pick and be in New York than be the number 1
Oh,
pick and be in New Orleans.
can you imagine Zion in New York?
Yeah, I can. I can.
Hey, at his size, Zion would be he too short to be the well, he can play the 4. He's a 3 though, right?
Who's Zion? Yeah,
Okay.
He can play the 3 or the 4 because he's so powerful.
Yeah, but he undersized though, huh?
Yeah, but I got to punish you. Like I said, if you punish me on one end, I got to punish you on the other.
I think yeah. Hey,
And
that sucker could jump, man.
he's a quick jumper, quick. Very athletic,
Hey, you know
very
what?
explosive.
To be that size, the funny thing about it is probably everyone else, he's a little bit more twitchy than everybody else.
Oh yeah,
He twitchy as if he's small, if that makes sense.
he's a more explosive Charles Barkley. Look at the way Barkley was built, and look at
Right.
the way Zion is built.
Same.
And that would have been the first thing I would have done. I would have got with Charles Barkley and said, Charles, how'd you do it? How'd you get the weight? He said, Moses, because he had a veteran. Moses Malone said, hey, Charles, he said, you fat and you lazy. That's a hell of a combination. You could be one or the other, Ocho.
Can't be both.
No, you can't be those two.
Right.
And that's what I tell guys. I said, look, you in football, you can be old and fast or young and slow, but you can't be two together. You can't be old and slow.
Yeah, to be over there on the sideline.
No, you'll be out the league. Old and slow get you out the league. Old and fast will keep you on the sideline.
Yeah.
But I just hope he gets it figured out. I just hope he gets it figured out because, man, he is so immensely talented, and you just want to see the best, especially guys that you see and you know they got it in them, Ocho. You know they talented. You've seen it. It's not, man, I don't know, but hey, no, we've seen when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's an all-star.
Box office.
But it is what it is, Ocho. That's his career, that's his future, and he has to. He gets to determine it. Jaren Jackson Jr. was one selection away from the biggest bag in NBA history. 22 points a game, all-star, all defense. Still not enough to crack the All-NBA. Triple J showed the numbers were they too many big names, too few spots. And just like that, Triple J misses out on a Supermax contract. $350 million. What he could have signed for, $150 million instead. $200 million. Abracadabra. Vanished.
I'm going to the board.
Sometimes it's not about what you did, it's about how crowded the room was.
That's not fair.
That's where you ride the merry-go-round. Get candied apples, cotton candy, and sometimes you can see a pig, the bearded lady and the attendant at the fair.
Hey, that's not fair.
You get what you earn, not what you deserve. So let me ask you a question. Who you taking off the All-NBA selection teams? Who you taking off and putting them on there for?
No. It ain't nobody to take off because they on there for a goddamn reason.
And that's what I tell people. People say, man, he should have gone to the Pro Bowl. Who you taking off? He should have been an all-star. Who you taking off?
Yeah. But the fact that if you were able to make it, and the difference in money you get when you do.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been to situations, Ocho, that the Pro Bowl, I had more catches, more yards, and more touchdowns. And somebody went to the Pro Bowl in front of me. And my team went to the playoffs.
When that happened, I guarantee you on the back end.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yep.
I know how that go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. Had more catches, yards, than touchdowns. A couple of times I was second in yards, catches, and touchdowns.
Hold on, man. So because he didn't make the NBA,
you needed to make one of the three All-NBA teams, first, second, or third team, or be an MVP. That'll definitely help.
$200 million down the drain.
200 gone, just like that. See, Shai, MVP. No, now if you're the MVP, you know you're gonna be All-NBA. You can sign a 4-year, 294, or 5, 380.
Which one you taking?
4 for 294.
And Shai is only what?
26.
Oh, he finna hit him across the head again.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So guess what? When he's able to come up again, it'll probably be 430 max contracts.
Now, regardless of being older, he'll still be able to get
He'll
that.
still be eligible for it. Now, once you get to like 36, Ocho, I
Yeah.
don't think you can do more than a 2-year deal.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Because they didn't want to play, they want, because, old player be 40 years old. Hey, I want 5 years. No damn well you ain't going to be playing till you're 45, but
Right.
that money going to come in. Isn't it like, I think that's what it is, right? After you get to a certain age in the NBA, you can only sign 2-year deals. Because I think that's what happened to LeBron.
Oh, I thought he was purposely choosing to sign 2 years on purpose.
No.
Oh, that's
He
crazy.
signed 2 years, but it's 1 plus an option. Go ahead. Yeah, so it's over 38. Okay. So 38 older. So theoretically, Shai might get got 3 of these. Because he'll go from 26 to 30,
Right.
30 to 34.
And then do another one on the back end, a 2-year.
He might do $1 billion in contracts.
Hey, you know what's funny? He's worth every goddamn dime.
Yeah, for sure.
There's really nothing you can argue about when it comes to him.
No.
Hey, people complain
I
about
love everything about the young man. I love the way he carries himself. I love how hard he plays. I love the grind that he's put in, the work that he's put in, and to see there's nothing better than seeing a plan come together. When you work extremely hard for something and you see like, damn.
finally.
Because all I wanted to do come fall, Ocho, was to see what the summer had. What I did in the summer, did that ish play off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You know what's funny? When you put the work in, when you put the hours in, no matter what you do in life, no matter what it is, you always see the
Always.
results of that work. Always, no matter what.
Ain't no way around it, Ocho.
Every
And
time.
you never have to sit back. You never have to sit back. Not one time have I ever sat back about my NFL career and says, man, if I had just done this, if I had ate better, if I had trained, if I had studied, I had no regrets. I got everything out of my God-given ability.
Yeah.
Everything. I squeezed it all, Ocho. I had orange juice, and then I ate the pulp. I used the zest, the orange zest for cooking.
Yep.
So I got everything out of the orange. Wasn't nothing left. Walk away with your head held high. You accomplished everything: Pro Bowls, All Pros, Super Bowls. You and your team's Ring of Fame. You're one of the 50 greatest players that played for your team. What?
Nothing more you could ask for.
Nothing. Because all I wanted was an opportunity to play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let me play in the NFL. 2-3 years, I can say I played. A lot of people don't get an opportunity to play that, and they played high school and played college. That was my goal. Play in the NFL. Hey, get Granny out of this. That was it, Ocho. I mean, look, yeah. I wanted 3 things really for me that was tangible I could put my hands on. I wanted a Rolex, I wanted a Ferrari, and I wanted a house. It had air conditioning, indoor plumbing, and running water. I got that, I was good.
I like that.
That's it.
I like that.
I ain't, the way I live now, I never thought that was possible. Hey, even if I'd just had me a little one of them window units, Ocho, you remember we growing up the window units?
Oh yeah,
They had
yeah,
air
yeah.
conditioning in the window.
The AC in the window. Yeah, I know what you talk about. And listen, if you didn't have that, we had Zares back in the day. You remember the fans, the
Yeah.
portable, not portable. You plug into the wall, the little square fan.
Yeah, oscillating fan, box fans.
You had one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah, we had one that the blade would have broke off, so you had to put a block on it because it'd be dancing around.
Dancing around.
Yeah. So we put a big old block, a cinder block on top of it.
Yeah.
It stayed right there, kept you cool. Well, it actually didn't keep you cool. It brought hot ass air because we ain't have no air conditioning. But that's all I wanted, Ocho. Get my grandma to that situation, and I could have indoor plumbing, running water, and air in the house that was air conditioned. Boy, you couldn't tell Shannon Sharpe nothing.
I'm trying to think. I kind of, I've always lived a very, very, very simplistic lifestyle. Always lived way below my means. My whole thing, obviously wanting to play in the NFL, wanting to make it, really having no desires or understanding about, Super Bowls and all that stuff until I actually got there and the meaning and how much they meant, to a lot of people that played the
Yeah,
game. But
yeah,
as long as I was able to play and have fun and do it my way, and I always wanted to make sure my kids were good.
yeah.
As long as the kids were good, anything that they need, anything that they want for, that is taken care of, and everything else, it didn't matter.
Hmm. According to Mayor Eric Adams and the New York City Economic Development Corporation, if the Knicks play the maximum number of home games in the conference finals and NBA finals, those matchups could generate up to $832 million in economic impact across the 5 boroughs. So far, the Knicks have hosted more than a handful of games at MSG, drawing crowds against Detroit, Boston, and Indiana. Those games have already sparked an estimated 195 million local spending from ticket sales and restaurant, hotel, and transit. Looking ahead, each additional home playoff game is expected to pump a number 91 million into the city.
Amazing, huh? It's amazing. It's amazing how that works. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen in this series because you imagine the Knicks in the finals, what it would do for that city
Oh my
economically,
goodness.
from a business standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
man. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't see the Pacers relinquishing, or making it easy, but man, I'm looking at it, the big market that New York is.
Yes.
They haven't won since what?
73.
73? It'd be nice. It'd be nice. And I'm not even a Knicks fan. I'm just saying it would be nice.
You would be very nice. But hey, what they charge for them hotel rooms in New York City?
Boy, I know the prices are skyrocketed because it's the playoffs.
Higher than giraffe hoo-ha. Because a typical room, it's like that with everything, Ocho.
Yeah,
Look at the city when you go for the Super Bowl. A room that would normally cost you $500, they want $1,500 to $2,000. And it's a 4-night minimum, 3-night minimum, because you get it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday. No, 4 nights.
Right,
Because it goes Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So they make you do a 4-night minimum. And a room that costs you $400 now is $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah.
A suite that normally costs you $2,000 is $5,000 to $8,000. Food, breakfast that would normally cost you $70. Now all of a sudden you got eggs $30. Really?
$5,000 to $8,000 for a suite?
Yeah, a suite that normally would cost you $2,000.
Man, please.
Mm-hmm.
All I need is a bed. I need a bed and a TV.
Well, guess what? That's $1,500.
Man.
That's $1,500.
Man, I'm there. Speaking of money, I met a pilot. I met a pilot tonight. I went to a Caribbean festival. Jamaican artist by the name of Alkaline was performing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great event. And I talked to a pilot, and he talked to me. He said, I watched the show. He watched his Nightcap. I know you fly Spirit, but I just want you to let you know I'm a pilot. And if at any point you want to travel, I said, man, listen, man, that ain't what I do. That's not what I do. And he said, listen, I got deals for you. I say, well, the only place I will travel on a private jet, if the price point is of a decent amount, DR, Jamaica, and it has to be me and my kids, especially if I'm doing anything private, that's something that they have to experience.
Right.
And he gave me, roundabout price. Say, I can do, to DR, Jamaica, 7,000. I say 7,000. That's it. And I started calculating. I said, well, hell, I owe 5,200. And you just throw another, you throw another 2,000 on that. So I'm thinking about surprising the kids.
When you gonna surprise Unc? Surprise Unc.
I'm just saying. I got you, baby. I got you. I promise you.
Man, y'all see how this man doing this, man?
No. I'm just thinking out loud about just doing something nice for my kids.
This man on Broadway. This man got a whole play going in my face. Hey, Joy, this man playing Man 2028. He already got 2028 Madden, and he playing it in my face.
I'm not playing. I didn't even do it. I wouldn't do anything like that.
The mere fact that you thinking about doing it.
Yeah, it's for my kids. Don't you want my kids to be able to experience and know what it's like to fly private?
Don't you want my kids to know? My daughter calling, she want this purse. I
What
said,
kind
well,
of,
if Ocho paid me my 5,900, baby, I might be able to do something.
okay. I got, listen, whatever kind of purse you need, I know I know the people now. I
And
got
what you call them? My son, I just got a new granddaughter.
for for real.
Yeah,
Oh, congratulations.
yeah.
Congratulations. I like
He
that. I
kept the
like that.
K's alive, Kennedy.
Okay, okay, okay. I like it. I like it. Kennedy, I got a Kennedy.
Do you?
Yeah, my Kennedy. Yeah, she 9. She 9. I got a Kennedy. Yeah. Shoot, I
Huh?
got hey, I got shoot,
Oh yeah,
every letter of the alphabet, I got a child.
yeah. No, they so far he kept Caden. I got Caden and Kennedy. So we're gonna see what the girls do when it's that time for them to get married and have a family.
Yeah,
But I sure wish I had that 5,900. Ain't no telling what I could do.
yeah. And listen, it's going to a good cause. Now I'm gonna give you your money. I'm just saying in general. In general, I just need to get my affairs in order over here, at home. I had to, you know, get myself together over here.
Uh-oh, Ocho. Uh-oh. The NFL has unanimously approved for its players to participate in flag football when the sport makes its debut in
Yeah,
2028 Summer Olympics. But not everyone is looking forward to NFL competing on the national stage. Quarterback Dura Hoosh Doucette has
yeah.
led the U.S. national team for 4 global championships and has emerged as one of the biggest ambassadors for the sport. Hoosh hopes he and fellow flag footballers get a fair chance to make the 10-man roster. The flag guys deserve their opportunity. That's all we want. We felt like we worked hard to get the sport where it's at. And then when the NFL guys spoke about it, it was like we're getting kicked to the side. I felt like I was a guy who could speak out for my peers, for my brothers that's been working hard to get to this level, for us not to be forgotten. I agree 1,000% with him.
Remember I told you
Yes,
when it first came out. I mean, a few shows ago, when I talked about NFL players getting the opportunity to play and
yes,
the owners agreeing it's okay. I still think, and I can stand on this when it comes to Doucette and those young fellas that play flag football for a living, that know all the nuances and the mannerisms on how that game operates, they could be the NFL squad. I'm talking about our best players, our best 10 against their best 10 that do it for a living against those that play in the NFL for a living. The
yeah.
flag football team will win because they know the game. They know how to
Thank you.
manipulate the game. They know how to
Yeah,
take advantage of the game based on the rules that the NFL players don't know much
right.
about. It's different. And I said, I'm hoping, even though it's a 10-man roster, I would hope it's more than that. So those that actually play the game of flag football get the opportunity to shine as well.
So how
Because
so so what are they going to do, Ocho? So are these guys going to do anything? Are they going to start like playing in the off season, playing flag football, or are they just going to show up in 28 to oh yeah, we got NFL players and we just going to put them on the team?
my point exactly. And now just doing that is also a disservice to the game.
Yes.
It doesn't
Just because you got a big name, that doesn't mean we.
and it doesn't mean
And
your
it makes
game,
it look even worse if you send all those big names over there and they get their ass whipped,
which is what
which
will
is going to more than likely happen.
happen. Exactly. Which is why you need those that actually do it, understand the game and know the game. And then you know how you can sprinkle in your pieces of NFL players that can go out there and athletically be a little bit better than everybody else. But again, those that know the rules will always have an advantage.
And he's led them to the quarterback has led them to 4 global championships.
Or
I mean, well, damn.
nice. He nice too now. He nice.
Yeah.
I played against him years ago. I forgot where we were. I played against him years ago. Oh, he nice. And the whole squad he was playing with, he from New Orleans too, if I'm not mistaken. He
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yeah. I hope. You know, I can see if it was tackle football, Ocho,
But that's
and
different.
the NFL want to put some of their guys kind of like basketball. See, basketball is basketball. So when
Mhm.
David Stern says, you know what, we're gonna get we're gonna make it this a global game, and we're gonna
Mhm.
take our 10, 12 best players, and we're gonna showcase them. I get that, but there's no correlation between NFL and flag football.
Mhm.
NFL doesn't have a flag football team.
Right.
So to try to take the game globally, I thought that's what you was doing these international games for. Going to Brazil, going to London, going to all these different places. I thought that's what that was about. Let them people have this. Damn.
Yeah. And the funny thing about when I think people, especially in the chat or people that's obviously watching, are probably going to see these clips. When you think about flag football, they probably think it's, oh, you just pull the flags. Oh, our players are so fast. So when it comes to the game of competitive, it's a key word, competitive flag football with elites that do it for a living, they will annihilate NFL players.
Yes.
Will annihilate. You can manipulate the game in so many ways offensively. It's like, it's crazy the rules that go into it. And at what point will the
And just
NFL
like flag, I mean, you wouldn't ask anybody for flag football like, oh yeah, I hope they give us a chance to make the team. No, you ain't been playing NFL football. You ain't been playing tackle football.
Yeah.
Just like these guys that playing tackle football hadn't played flag football since they left elementary school. Let them, bro, you getting enough shine. You in the NFL. Let these people have this moment.
I hope they get an opportunity though. I hope they do.
Ocho, let them people have the moment, Ocho.
Yeah.
Guys, you making $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, I mean, that little bit of money that they're making, let them have a moment. Damn.
Yeah. I think I guarantee you they'll be a part of it. They'll be a part of it.
You know, it's okay for them not to be. It's okay if they're not. It really is.
Yeah, I
mean, let me ask you a question. You was gonna watch it whether NFL participated or not.
Yeah.
Are you more apt to watch it now? No.
I'm watching it anyway. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
my point.
Yeah, I don't think people, and I don't like the fact that they just think, oh, it's flag football. It ain't just flag football. It's competitive flag football. There's a huge difference. It's a huge difference.
Someone said the solution is very simple. The National Flag Football Team versus the NFL Flag Football Team in the Coliseum on July 4th, 2027. Winner goes to the Olympics.
Well, hell. Well, the flag football team will be going to the Olympics.
Yeah. You can't just throw somebody out there and think they're going to win.
I'm telling you with the best NFL players. Pat Mahomes, the quarterback, Chase and Justin, that receiver.
Or Lamar Jackson, that quarterback, probably Lamar.
Yeah, okay, Lamar at quarterback. They're going to lose to do set in whatever team he comes up with. Whatever team they have, I guarantee you, and I put one of my savings accounts on it. Mm-hmm. Just hypothetically speaking, I'm telling you. Yeah, and if people look at Lamar Jackson and what he's able to do on an NFL field on a Sunday, or what Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner, does on a Sunday, or Justin Jefferson, who can't be covered, man, it's different.
It's very different.
And
Ocho.
Yeah.
Each NFL team's GOAT. Can you see that right there? They got each NFL team's GOAT. I think FanDuel did that.
Yeah, matter of fact, I saw this earlier. Hold on.
Do you got any objections?
Hold on. Hey, Ash, if you can hear me, can you text that to my phone? My eyes are bad. I like this. Somebody sent it to me earlier too. But I was at the concert, so I wasn't able to Ash heard me?
Yeah, she sent it to you.
Okay, hold on, it's coming. I like stuff like this too.
I mean,
you have any objections based on what you see so far? Okay, there we go. I got it now. Larry Fitzgerald, absolutely. Matt Ryan, I would have loved to put Julio Jones there instead, but would it be Matt Ryan? I totally understand. The quarterback. Ravens, Ray Lewis, of course.
I don't know when it's all said and done if it might not be Lamar.
Okay, yeah, when it's all said and done, yeah, probably. But you got to understand, Ray gave you 2 Super Bowls now.
Gave 2 Super Bowls, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's universally regarded as the best middle linebacker to ever play the game. I was very fortunate to play with him for 2 years and know what he put in it to become what he became. So I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah,
Brucey, I played against Brucey. Yep, Buffalo. Yep.
I mean, Jim. I mean, I think for the Bills, it could have gone 2 ways. It could have been Jim Kelly or it could have been Bruce Smith. You can't go wrong either way. What you think?
I think Brucey.
Okay.
And plus, Brucey was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, all-decade player in the 80s and the 90s. Now we'll see what Josh Allen does. Can he take him to the Super Bowl and unseat him?
Right.
Cam, okay, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think Cam also, with Cam, you can slash Luke Kuechly, even though it was short-lived.
What about Pep? What about Julius Peppers?
Not about
Steve
Pep.
Smith? It's tougher than you think for Carolina.
Yeah, it is. It
But
is.
Cam, quarterback, MVP, took him to the Super Bowl. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Walter Payton, okay.
Yeah, hands down. Anthony Munoz, absolutely.
Jim Brown,
Absolutely.
ain't nobody unseating him.
No.
Emmett, okay, yeah, I can live with that.
Over
John,
Troy?
okay. Uh-huh.
Over Troy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two-time, you do realize Emmett was a two-time league MVP, right? John, okay, I'll live with that. That's a good one.
Yes.
Barry,
of course.
yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers, wow.
Over Brett?
I'm not surprised. I mean, he got 4 MVPs. Brett got 3. He was a Super Bowl MVP winner.
Right.
More touchdowns, fewer interceptions. I'm cool. I'm perfectly cool with that.
Right.
And they had some great players. You got Bart Starr, James Lofton's in the Pro Bowl. My brother's going to the Pro Bowl. You have Ray Nitsky, Willie Davis, Herb Adderley. They got Paul Horning, Taylor.
Right.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers, J.J. Watt. Yes.
Flash.
Peyton Manning. Absolutely. Even though with Johnny Unitas and they got some players. Yes.
Hold on. Now you skip. Now that Houston's one. Now I would slash Andre Johnson as well.
Well, first of all, that's with JJ 3 defensive players of the year, Ocho.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably make a case he's the top 5 defensive player of all time with what he was able to do those years. He's the only guy to have multiple 20-sack seasons.
Okay.
I can live with that. Peyton Manning, even though you got Johnny Unitas,
Absolutely.
you got some great players, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. You got some great players that played there, but for me, it's Peyton. Now, I was a little surprised by this, Fred Taylor.
Wait, you surprised?
Yeah, I thought they'd probably go with Tony Baselli.
Oh, probably one of the greatest left tackles of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Fred had longevity. Baselli got hurt. His shoulders gave out on him. As a matter of fact, I had a great conversation with him when he was at the last Super Bowl. I was on a panel with him. So Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, goes without saying. Hey, what about
Marcus Allen?
Raiders pick? Yes.
Raiders, Marcus, yeah. But, look, they've had some great players. They got a lot of Hall of Famers.
Exactly. That's why I just said.
But Marcus, man, look, you got to understand, he and Al had a really falling out. He was blocking for Bo Jackson. LT, absolutely. LT was, I was fortunate enough to play in the tail end of my career against LT, and they had some great players: Kellen Winslow, Dan Fouts, Phillip Rivers, Gates, Fred Dean was there for a minute, Big Hands Johnson. Who else they had?
Shoot.
They had
safety.
Rodney
Harrison.
Yeah, they had Junior Seau.
Yeah.
They had Charlie Jonah West. They had John Jefferson, the Moon Man.
The Moon Man?
I forget what's West's last name. But they had some good receivers there. Kellen Winslow Sr., the Rams, Aaron Donald. No surprise there.
Without question.
The Dolphins, Dano. No surprise there.
Absolutely.
Minnesota, Randy. No surprise there. And they got some Hall of Famers. They got that famous, the Purple People Eater. Alan Page is in the Hall of Fame. He's one of 2 men that win the MVP as a defensive player here in LT. Carl Ellis in the Hall of Fame. Johnny Randall, Chris Carter, Fran Tarkenton, Chris Dolman. Randy.
What's the quarterback they had?
Fran Tarkenton?
Yeah.
Randall Cunningham? Fred, yeah. New England, Tom, stop.
Goes without saying.
New Orleans, Drew, stop.
Yeah.
New York, LT, stop.
Without saying.
The Jets, Joe Namath.
Broadway Joe.
Yep. The Eagles, Reggie. Because I got a chance to play against Reggie in his prime. He that.
Yeah.
Steelers, Mean Joe. And the Steelers got a lot of Mean Joe, man. He was the anchor. He was that under tackle that made it all work.
Yeah.
San Fran, Jerry.
Rightfully so.
Seattle, Russell Wilson.
Super Bowl winning quarterback. Absolutely.
Tampa, Derek Brooks. I thought they
Yes.
might go Sap. Thought they might go
Lamar Sapp.
Leroy Selman. Leroy Selman was the first overall draft pick, 1976, the first year they came into existence.
Right.
Their first Hall of Famer. But I like I played against Brooks, and so but I know Brooks and I know Sap.
Yeah.
So I ain't got no problem with this.
Mm-mm.
The Tennessee Titans, Warren Moon.
The Oilers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Or
The
could have been Earl
Commanders.
Campbell.
But it was too short.
He was a short. But he was like, I think, a 3-time offensive player of the year, an MVP, led the league in rushing, one of the most punishing backs ever.
Ever, yeah. He only
And
played there,
Washington, Darryl Green. DG.
Well, couldn't that have been Doug Williams, no?
Doug played at Tampa. But Doug had a short career at Tampa. You remember he won the Super Bowl with the Washington.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Darryl Green longevity gets him the nod here.
Oh, yeah. The chat's upset. The chat said it should have been Dion or Michael Vick.
Wait.
Okay.
Dion where?
In Atlanta. But Dion was only there for 5 years. 5. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. 94,
Okay.
He went to San Francisco.
He did 2 in San Francisco and 2 in Dallas.
1 in San Francisco.
Okay.
94. 95, he went to the Cowboys, and he won the Super Bowl in 94 with San Fran. He went to Dallas in 95, won the Super Bowl with them. So he only played 5 years in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I don't think people realize how short Time's career was there. And they let him walk. They didn't franchise him or anything. They let him walk.
Right.
Boom.
I like Julio as the better player.
Yeah.
For the Falcons, but the quarterback always gets a nod.
What about Mike Vick?
Culturally, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, that Mike Vick.
Mike Vick's still a legend out there, man. Man,
Yeah.
them jokers still be wearing Mike Vick jerseys.
Yeah, man, who wouldn't?
Still.
Well, he was. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. The one game when we played the Falcons,
Yeah.
where the whole offense was up watching. Ain't
Especially
nobody
on that
the bench.
turf.
Nobody was on the bench when we played against Vic.
Him on that turf you had to see it.
Unfair.
You had to see it. Raiders star running back Ashton Jeanty predicts 1,500 rushing yards and between 10 and 20 touchdowns in his rookie season. I'm hoping for 1,500 yards, and we'll say like 10, 20 touchdowns. Do you think that's possible for the Rook?
Absolutely.
I don't know about those 20 touchdowns. 1,500 yards, yes.
Yes, I
20?
like. Yeah,
I'm trying to think, man, you probably got who? That's probably, you got to talk about Gale Sayers. I think Gale Sayers had 20 rush touchdowns his rookie season, and I think that was 1965. Go back and take a look at Gale's numbers. Gale was electric, though. The Kansas comment.
Hey, I like the confidence too, and setting the goals for yourself, setting those type of lofty goals for yourself as a rookie coming in. I like it. I don't think it's going to be as easy as he thinks it's going to be, especially when he gets to see how fast everybody else is.
Just imagine you playing Penn State's defense. That's what everybody in the NFL is.
Hey, I think a little better than that, though.
That's what I'm saying. And who's going to be able to lift coverage off you? What receivers you got? Now, you got Bowers. He's really good, and I think y'all work hand in hand,
Mm-hmm.
You want to start drop that safety down in the box, and now Bowers get an opportunity to work one-on-one. So I do think 1,500 yards might be possible, might be very doable. I say 10, 12 touchdowns, but 20, man, bro, that's a lot of tubs, Ocho.
It is.
What was Gale's numbers his rookie year? His second year is when he had those six touchdowns in a game.
His first year, he even had 67 yards for 14 touchdowns.
Yeah, but they only played 12 games back then. He definitely would have had 20 touchdowns if they'd have played 5 more games. They had 14 games in 65? He came out in 64, right? Yeah, it was him and Buckers. I think he and Buckers were like,
In 14 games, he's there 12 of them.
okay. I think 1,500 yards is realistic, but that's still a lot of yards, even though it's 17 games. That's still a lot of yards, Ocho.
Listen, I like.
That's 80 yards a game.
You know how hard that is?
I do. Yes, I know how hard.
He listen, he gonna have to have some games where he hit
He's
it
well over 100.
and get but I'll holler at you. How was his 40 time? Just curious.
What did he run the 40 in? Did he run the 40? Probably what, 4.4, 4.5?
He ran
He
have
ran 4.45.
Okay, he did
He got
okay.
good speed.
He got good speed. But I like it though, but 1,500?
That's a lot of yards and 10 to 20 touchdowns.
TDs?
Ocho, check this out. While it appears that Aaron Rodgers is signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team apparently has a contingency plan if something goes awry. Jeremy Fowler said, based on conversations he had during last week's NFL league meetings, Kirk Cousins, at very least, on the Steelers' radar. Fowler said the Steelers were interested earlier this offseason in the possibility of acquiring Cousins. It was reported last month that the Falcons had discussions with multiple teams regarding a possible trade of Cousins, but Atlanta was looking for a team to take on a significant portion, at least $20 million of the remaining $37.5 million guaranteed on Cousins' contract. The Falcons' asking price might be more reasonable now. However, remember, Ocho,
Yeah.
they gave him $50 million to sign last year.
Yes, sir.
And he got 37 guaranteed this year. So he got $100 million coming over the next 3 years. But a guarantee.
Yeah.
And when I had Ocho, and the thing that I said, Ocho, let's just say in the best case scenario,
Right.
he plays 2 years. I said, Ocho, what if he only gives you one?
Which is what he gave us half of one. He gave us half of that one. But listen, as long as the fact that they're even waiting, I'm sure they're probably in talks right now with the Falcons about wanting to acquire Kirk Cousins and paying that $20 million that the Falcons would want them to pay on his salary.
Yeah.
Because sitting here waiting on Aaron Rodgers when they have, is it OTAs coming up? Or mini?
They're already in them.
Yeah, like I mean, listen, I know you're a veteran, but I would love, maybe it's just me. If I was in this position, I would love to be there right now.
Yeah, I would too.
I would love to be there. I would love the continuity, getting acclimated with the offense and having that much of a head start, if that's what I really want to do. I don't know, but Aaron, listen, I think he feels like he's played long enough. He doesn't need to be there. The game of football is all the same, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, personally, I think it hurt him in his relationship with not personal relationship, but his own field relationship with some of the receivers in New York.
Yeah, I've heard. I could be wrong that he was throwing with DK.
Yeah,
he was. Okay.
I think was it out here in LA.
Yeah, so I mean, if they were throwing together, then that's. I mean,
you do realize DK is not the only receiver on the team, right?
Yeah, but he would be he'd be the main guy.
Okay.
So
James Harrison got in on the viral Goodnight trend and called Brett Kiesel. Let's take a look at the video, Ocho.
It's funny.
Yeah, pretty good. I'll send you some pictures. I mean, a couple of them were a couple of pounds.
Okay, so y'all going back home now?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you doing?
Shit, man, just laying in bed, man. I was just calling to tell you good night.
My man, give me a kiss.
Listen, that's one of the funniest things going on right now, man. That trend, I've seen some of the Commanders players do it.
Yeah.
That's
what a dude try to get Jaden Daniels. They're like, bro, what you on?
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny, especially the authentic reaction of having someone tell you good night, especially the fellas, when you know it's not normal, it's not common, it's
Well,
something
first
that
of all,
we don't do.
somebody, a guy calling and telling you good night, it's gonna elicit like, let's just say for the sake of argument, you all did it at one time and didn't nobody know it was a trend. I think
Right.
people are starting to catch on now, and so they're gonna play into it. But if everybody did it at one time, just take athlete to athlete, and you call somebody, man, look here, you better bleep that out.
Hey, the first thing all the people I can think of, they gonna say, man, stop playing on my phone.
Yeah.
They gonna curse. Man,
Yes.
you think, they gonna say something you can't record.
Yes.
You can't, but so
Yeah.
that was
That's why I don't play that's why I don't play on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Cause before I say, hey man, you got me on speaker. They asked me the same thing. Man, I'm on speaker.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you should have told me. Ocho, have you seen the Saquon the Cooper Dejean alley hoop video?
Oh yeah.
Let's watch this.
He got bounce, boy.
He got bouncy.
He got bunnies.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about it, if the rim is 11 feet, right?
10
feet up, 10. Listen, I think every NFL player, especially at the skill position, they can dunk. They can dunk. Everybody.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if
like
you
that.
6 foot tall with a 30+ inch vertical, yeah, you can be able to dunk. Because your arm's probably 2 feet long. You got a 30+ inch vertical. That's 2.5 feet. Plus you 6 foot, so you should be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he dunked that thing with authority.
Yeah.
Like,
You should see me dunk. You know, my vertical at the combine was at what, 42, right?
No, it wasn't. But okay. Oh, you see the dude that ran that 4.140? I think he won the Big Ten in the 100 meters. The white kid at Iowa.
Oh, he could run.
Yeah, I think he won the 100 meters. I think that was him.
Is it really 4.1 though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he could run. No. He could. He could
I
get
know-
out. Ocho. He can get out. Because
Christian
you saw
Coleman
the way
can-
he jumped out them blocks.
Christian Coleman can get out, and I don't think
He can
Christian
get out
Coleman
too.
can go 4.1.
He ain't Christian Coleman starting in his prime, but he can
Yeah.
get out. Oh, he got out on them boys. They almost came and got him, but hey, he is out there. I think that was him. Was that him, Ash?
I forgot his
The guy
name.
from Iowa that won the Big Ten in the 100-meter dash. The white guy from Iowa. Is that the one that ran that 4.1 something at Iowa for spring day or something?
Wait, you know how fast 4.1 is?
Hell yeah, I know how fast it is.
That might be what, 16 steps? A little, maybe less.
Maybe less. I mean, I saw a guy. We had a DB run 4.2 on grass.
On grass.
Yeah.
Woo,
That's
that's a whole lot of torque, boy.
Yep. That's him, Ocho. He ran 4.19, right?
He needs to
Christian
go.
Coleman ran 4.12.
Okay.
Usain ran 4.22 with sweatpants on.
Playing around.
He ran 4.15. He can get out, Ocho. I'm telling you. If you watch this, go pull it up on YouTube and watch him how he got out. He can get out.
Yeah, I got to see that.
All right, it's time for our final segment of the evening. It's time for Q and A.
I always wonder, what if I ran 4.1? I probably wouldn't be able to run that route.
Oh, you can run a route. All it's going to do is get you to that safety quicker. You better stay your ass on the outside. That's a headache. I mean, there have been only a handful of guys that's been able to run like that, Ocho, that was not afraid to go, like Tyreek, to have that kind of speed.
Yeah.
And didn't live predominantly outside.
Right.
Tyreek catches a lot of in-breaking routes.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, when you have that kind of speed, you ain't really trying to get hit.
Mm-mm.
All you running is go routes. But Tyreek turned himself into a very good receiver where he could run the route tree, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Patrick Arthur said, Ocho. Stephen A. said, Tyrese Haliburton ain't a superstar. Then neither is Anthony Edwards.
Would you? I think Tyrese Haliburton is a star. I don't think he's a superstar. Now, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
My basketball prowess is nowhere near yours, or maybe nowhere near those in the chat that enjoy the game of basketball, but he's a star.
Yeah.
Slouch, but superstar is reserved for the elites.
They ain't but a handful of them. I mean, we throw this term superstar and star, we throw all those terms around loosely, right. And it's kind of devalued a little bit, Ocho.
Right.
Because anybody that have a year or two of great basketball, like, oh, he's a superstar.
No.
Man, you used to have to put work in.
Consistency.
Yeah, you had to get a couple of, MVP, go to the finals. You had to put some work in, not just have a couple of good seasons.
Yeah, I don't think.
Also, how y'all been? It's your boy from South Dakota, Patrick. We've been all right. Life is good. Happy Valley Farm said Thunder walked the Wolves down with a poker face. Well, look. If you look at the way the Thunder came out tonight, it was a lot different than what they came out from Game 3.
Yeah,
and they knew they could not allow the crowd to get into it like they did in Game 3. And they came out meant business. They came out with the purpose of we're going back home 3-1. We're not going back home 2-2. And they did what they set out to do.
And if they hurry up and end this series and win this next game, won't they have even that much more time to rest?
Yes. All depends. Do the Indiana Pacers take a 3-1 lead, or do they go back to MSG tied 2-2?
Right. Yeah.
Zeke the God 96. Do you think the Knicks will make a comeback? Everything is contingent on this game.
Yeah.
If they win Game 4, I say they make a comeback and they win in 7. If they don't, they're going home in 5. Colin, is Aaron Donald really MVP for the Rams? Y'all forgetting St. Louis days. Greatest show on turf. Okay, you won't. So basically, okay, let's go back. You got Jim Hart, the Rams. You got the Fearsome Foursome. You got Merlin Olsen, who was a 14-time Pro Bowler. You got Deacon. You got Rosie Greer, and you got Lamar Lundy. If you go all the way back to St. Louis, you got Jim Hart at St. Louis. You got Dan Dierdorf at St. Louis. You got Otis Anderson at St. Louis. Mm-hmm. Those are the really only guys I can think of in St. Louis. Now, if you go to Phoenix, that's the Cardinals. My bad. Rams. St. Louis Rams. Okay, let's go back to LA because they started in LA, then they moved, and then they moved back. Sam Waterfield. Yeah, I'm look. Okay, you want Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Orlando Pace,
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk. You got to realize it's not like Kurt spent a whole lot of time there, man.
It wasn't there long.
Wasn't.
It's Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald. The dominance, the 8-time first team All-Pro, Defensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I think it's AD.
Yeah.
And it's not to take anything away from all those other guys because Kurt's in the Hall of Fame. Marshall's in the Hall of Fame. Isaac Bruce is in the Hall of Fame. Orlando Pace is in the Hall of Fame. Torrey Holt's eventually going to get in the Hall of Fame. But it's AD. Way too smooth. Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, he saved the Packers franchise, went to 2 Super Bowls, was the only player to win 3 MVPs in a row. He did, but Aaron has 4 MVPs. Aaron was a Super Bowl MVP, and Aaron Rodgers has more touchdowns with fewer interceptions. I don't know, bro. I mean, doesn't Aaron have more touchdown for the Packers than Aaron? Than Brett? because I'm looking. No, I'm thinking one more MVP, a Super Bowl MVP. I think he's been to more Pro Bowls. I think they've been to the same. I think they've been the same as far as all pros. I think Aaron might have 4. Brett has 3
Aaron has 503 touchdowns, Brett has 508.
for the Packers. No, I'm saying
Packers,
yes.
Brett has 442, and Aaron has 475.
Yeah. So much. And look at the interceptions. Aaron Rodgers has less than 100 interceptions for the Packers with 475 touchdowns. Brett got to have at least 200 for the Packers.
Right.
How many interceptions does Brett have?
Aaron has 16 for the Packers.
Yeah. 105 for the Packers. So he has 475 touchdowns, 105 interceptions.
Yeah.
Brett has 286 interceptions with 442 touchdowns. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT for the Packers.
And just those numbers you just rambled off about what Aaron Rodgers was able to do in the past is one of the reasons why the goddamn Steelers is actually waiting.
You waiting. And Sean Taylor isn't there. I mean, he probably could have been there, but he didn't play enough years.
Yeah.
You got to realize DG played 20 years at corner.
Yeah.
How many 20-year corners you think you ever go see again in your life be the MVP?
It's not happening.
It's not.
Not
It's
happening.
not. Big TD the one. Uncle Ocho, if you guys were on the same team in your prime, who is the number one option? Look, I don't care about the number. I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine. I'm not so sure that I was always the number one option, but I just know I led my team in receiving for 6 straight years.
Shoot, me too.
You led Bengals 6 straight years?
Yeah, sure. I led the AFC 4 years in a row.
Yeah, see, I ain't do that.
Yeah.
I led my team 7 of the 14 years. Finished 1 catch. I almost had 8. Cadre caught 1 more pass than I did. I started to go back in there and catch another pass to tie him up. Dr. Frank L. Bellamy. Hey, fam, y'all see Tom Cruise got another Mission Impossible out now. That man be on a slide with he like a slide with Rocky in the Expendables. Who do you think is the king of film series game? Tom Cruise or Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, you got, first of all, you got Tom Cruise, he got Top Gun, and he got Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester Sly Stallone, he got the Expendables and Rockies, in which he's morphed Creed into.
Rambo.
Yeah. Got Rambo, yeah.
Rambo, yeah. That's a good one.
Ooh-wee,
I probably lean more towards Tom Cruise.
You know, you like Stallone, you like Rocky and like a Rambo, or you more Mission Impossible, Top Gun? Because it's all about what you like. See, I'm more of a like. Now I love Tom Cruise in Minority Report.
Right.
Because that was the first time you see the board, they open it up.
Mm-hmm. No, my favorite Tom Cruise movie is with Jack Nicholson. God damn, why am I missing this? Army movie, Unc.
Oh, Few Good Men.
Two Good Men. Oh my goodness.
That's the Lieutenant Caffey.
Yeah, him and Demi Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
That was Jack did that one.
Yeah,
Jack
he cut up. He was in his bag. That movie, boy.
You snotty prick. You have no idea how to defend the country, Caffey. All you did was weaken a nation. Sleep good at night, son. Sleep good.
Classic.
I'm an officer in the United States Navy, and you're under arrest, you son of
Hey, matter of fact, did you see Did you see Primal Fear with Edward Norton and Richard Gere
Yeah.
when he played
Oh,
multiple?
Marty.
Oh, Marty, yeah, old Marty. Hey, boy, I love that movie, boy. Edward Norton is one of my
And Richard
favorite
Gere,
actors.
yeah. He had a little stretch, and then he just like kind of like disappeared.
It's crazy how that works in Hollywood. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was in movies back to back to back. You know who
Yeah,
else?
he was in that
Julia
movie. What
Roberts.
was that American something? What was he in? What was that movie he was in? Yeah. No, back away. No, 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 no. No, not that. Edward Norton. No, 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 no. I know Richard Gere with him. And what you call him? The movie with American History X. That's what he was in.
Oh, hey, that's a classic. That is a
Yeah.
classic.
Julia
Yeah,
Roberts. Richard Gere was in Julia Roberts, the one they filmed at the Beverly Wilshire.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Edward Norton, it seemed like Julia Roberts had a stretch where she was in movie, and Cameron Diaz. They were in movies like back to
Oh
back to
yeah,
back.
oh yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
of a
Cameron
sudden,
Diaz was in Batman. She was in The Mask.
yeah,
That was
they
the
had,
first time I've ever seen Cameron Diaz when she was in The Mask with Jim Carrey.
yeah. They had a run, like a crazy run, and then
Mhm.
they
They say, hey,
disappeared.
we're gonna get a crazy run. We're gonna get like 10 years, 12 years, and go get up out of here.
Yeah.
I think Julia Roberts, she moved to New Mexico, and you know, Cameron Diaz, she got married to Madison, and she does. I think she's about to be in a new movie, but she like, hey,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what it.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah, like I said, I like Tom Cruise in Minority Report. That movie that his last movie he did with Nicole Kidman,
Right.
with the Stanley Kubrick. Boy, that
Right.
thing was good and terrible. Boy, eyes wide shut. And I should have kept my eyes shut too.
It was that bad?
Boy, that thing was terrible. Boy, good thing they didn't have Rotten Tomatoes around. I already know what they'd have got for that. That was
Right.
terrible. Anybody that say the eyes wide shut was good, they lying. They are
Yeah,
lying.
I can see that. I'm
Good. You ain't good.
damn.
Boy, that thing was terrible. As a matter of fact, I think that might have been Stanley Kubrick's. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she just came back and did. Yeah. But she had taken some time off. Yeah. But like I said, Ocho, I used to be a big movie guy. I'm going to see 55,
Yeah.
60
That's
movies a
me.
year.
Same. Yeah.
People don't realize they used to come out with like 500 movies a year, but I see the really, I go to another movie that I didn't like. I didn't understand it, and I saw it 3 times, and I still don't understand that bulljive. The English Patient. And it racked up all those awards.
Awards. Yeah.
I need whoever directed that or started, y'all need to come tell me what that movie was about, because I still ain't figured it out. Oh yeah. Colin said, got to do another one just because y'all forgot about ED.
Eric Dickinson. God damn it.
Yeah.
But even still, Aaron Donald dominated for so many years, though.
Yeah.
Greatest-
Y'all got to realize, ED had a short career there. They traded ED.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, they traded him to the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
83, 84, 85, 86, 6. I think they traded ED in like 87 or 88. What year did they trade ED? I think ED got traded in. It might have been 80. Might have been 87. It was either 87 or 88. Mm-hmm. Because he came and ran wild over the Broncos, I think.
Right.
I remember that game because I was in college, Ocho.
Yeah. Edie went crazy, huh?
Did he?
Hey, he had one of the sweetest running styles, upright. He's sweet.
DT said Ocho on dates while owing 5,200 is crazy work. It's downright diabolical.
Oh, I ain't going. What date? What date I went on?
Don't worry about it.
I ain't going no date. And matter of fact, I went on the outing. There's a difference. Now, a date and the outing is two different things.
I'm out
Now,
$5,900.
No, I'm saying she paid for the date. It's good to have someone want to treat you for a change. So that's all.
You had, let me keep. Yep. I watched Hulu last night with Illinois and Bumpy Johnson.
Eleanor, what you know about Eleanor and Bumpy Johnson, man?
And Bigfoot Mary. Her name is Mary. Illinois, don't make me raise up and come on there and put my hands on you.
Hey, that goddamn Lawrence Fishburne killed that role, boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, he did.
Yeah.
That concludes this episode of Nightcap. We want to thank you for joining us again. The OKC Thunder take a commanding 3-1 lead, heading home for Game 5 with a chance to close it out and advance to the NBA Finals, thanks to a score of 128-126. They got 40 points from Shai Gilgeous. He was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. They got 34 points from Jalen Williams. They got 21 from Chet Holmgren. That duo combined for 95 of their 128 points as they go in and basically put a stranglehold on this series, 1 win away from the NBA Finals, 128-126. I want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite uncle, Shannon Sharpe, my partner and co-host, Liberty City's own Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, that's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Unfortunately, we were not able to reconnect with Larry Johnson. Hopefully, he'll stop by and join us again soon. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you guys again for tuning in and joining us. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your ears and your word of mouth as you spread what Nightcap is with Unc and Ocho. So thank you very much, and hopefully you'll continue to support Nightcap. Please make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We do have it in stock, and if you can't find it in a city or state near you, best believe we are coming to a city or a state near you, but you can order it online. We'll ship it directly to your door. Please drink responsibly and stay safe. Go follow my media company page on all of its platforms, Shay Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. Supplies are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone. So please grab yours while supplies last. Again, happy Memorial Day for those on the West Coast. Thanks to all the servicemen and women around the world and here domestically. Thank you for your support. Thank you for what you do. And all those men and women that served, that have played the ultimate sacrifice, we want to thank their families for your family doing what they did for us. So again, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night after the Indiana Pacers New York Knicks game. Will it be 3-1 or will it be 2-2? Tune in tomorrow. Thank you, guys.